Hello, everyone, everywhere. This is Pastor Robert Thibodeau. Welcome to your Freedom Through Faith video minute for today, which is April 22nd. Today, we're going to continue our study in Matthew chapter 14 with Jesus walking on the water towards his disciples. The disciples were constrained. If you remember yesterday's study, if you missed it, go back and listen to it. The disciples were constrained by Jesus to get in the ship. They did not want to go. Number one, he was going to be left alone with these crowds. And number two, more importantly, they could see the signs in the sky that a huge storm was about to come in on that lake, and they did not want to be out on the water when that happened. These were experienced fishermen. They spent their whole lives on that lake. They knew that a gale force wind was probably going to happen, and they didn't want to be out there. But Jesus constrained them. Now, he just got done teaching on faith. He just got done teaching all day long on faith, how to just go and do what he said to do. And that's what he wanted the disciples to do. So they finally consented. They got in the boat, headed off, and sure enough, they got out in the middle of the lake, and this storm comes in. Now, after they left, Jesus had gone up sent the crowds away. Then he went up on the mountain to pray. And it says, on the fourth watch of the night, he was coming to them walking on the water. Now, this fulfills scripture in Job chapter, Job chapter 9, verse 8. Job chapter 9, verse 8, where Job's talking to his friends about arguing with God. Who can argue with God? Nobody can argue with God. And he goes through the list of these things. They said, he treads upon the waves of the sea. So there's fulfillment of scripture right there. Jesus is treading upon the waves of the sea, walking to his disciples. Now, there's a Jewish folklore, or a seaman's folklore for that matter, that if you're in the midst of perilous times out on the water, your boat's taking out water, the storm is, fighting you at every angle, and it's about to submerge your vessel and all hands will be lost. They say that if you see a spirit walking towards you, that you're doomed. It's the death angel, and you're going to die. And that's one of the reasons why when they seen something, they didn't know it was Jesus at the time, but something approaching their vessel, walking on the waves of the sea, even in the midst of the storm, they thought for sure they were going to die. And that's where they cried out even more. And Jesus answered their cries. Normally when men are in perilous times and they cry out, they're crying out to God. God, save us, help. And that's why Jesus answered. He's God. He said, hey, don't worry about it, boys. It's me. Don't be afraid. Now, Peter, being the boldest one of the bunch, spoke up, Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come out to you on the water. Now, what could Jesus do? He just got done teaching these boys faith. He just got done emphasizing that you can do anything. If you have faith in me and faith in God, you can do anything. All things are possible to him who believes. So Peter says, Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water. What's Jesus going to say? Oh, now, Peter, your faith isn't built up to that level yet. Don't try and do that. No, you can't do that. That violates everything he just said. Or what's the other option? Oh, it's not me, so don't stay, don't come out here, stay in the boat. Jesus had no other answer that he could give Peter other than, come. If your faith is up, come. If you're bold enough in your faith to step out of that boat on that water, Peter, come. And Peter got out of the boat. Now, one thing I want you to realize is he's the only disciple that did. The other 11 disciples are in the boat. I could just hear the conversation. Peter, what are you doing? Don't go. Peter, nobody walks on the water. Peter, get back in this boat, Peter. That's denominational differences today. And I'm going to leave it right there. We'll take it up again tomorrow on the same subject about denominational differences keeping you in the boat. Till next time, this is Pastor Bob Thibodeau reminding you that you too can be blessed in all that you do.